My sister refused to pay my son after she booked him as a photographer at her wedding. Last summer, my sister Amanda begged my son Brandon to shoot her wedding. She'd asked 3 other photographers but couldn't afford their rates, which started at $2,000. Brandon's not a professional, but he spent 4 years studying photography in college and has a decent portfolio. She called me first, asking if I could convince him. I told her to call him directly and treat it like a real business transaction. A week later, Brandon agreed to do it for $250 upfront and $50 after delivery. Amanda said perfect and promised to Venmo him the deposit by Friday. Friday came and went, no payment. Brandon texted her and she said she forgot her card at home. Then the weekend passed. Then another week. Finally, 5 days before the wedding, she sent $150 with a note saying, "Rest when I see the photos, promise." Brandon wasn't thrilled but figured family was family. He showed up at the venue at 6 a.m. to catch those golden hour getting ready shots. He stayed through the entire ceremony. Cocktail hour, reception, speeches, first dance, cake cutting, and the 11 p.m. sparkler exit. He took probably 600 photos total and his feet were killing him. 3 days after the wedding, Brandon spent 12 hours editing. He color corrected everything, removed blemishes, adjusted lighting, the whole professional treatment. He sent Amanda 10 preview shots to show her the quality. Within an hour, she'd posted all of them on Facebook and Instagram, tagged him in everything, and her friends started flooding his DMs asking about bookings. Still no payment for the remaining $150. 2 weeks went by. My sister texted him asking when she could expect the full gallery because her mother-in-law kept asking. Brandon replied, "As soon as I receive the remaining $150 we agreed on." She read the message but didn't respond. 4 days later, she finally replied, "Brandon, seriously? Family doesn't charge family. I promoted you to all my friends. That's worth way more than $150. Brandon sent back the original text thread where she agreed to the price. She went silent again. A month passed. Amanda called me asking if Brandon was okay because he wasn't responding to her messages. I said he's fine. He's just waiting to get paid. She sighed dramatically and said she'd figure something out, but needed the photos first for her thank you cards. I told her that's not how it works. She hung up on me. Another month later, my sister showed up unannounced at Brandon's apartment at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. She barged in and demanded he hand over the photos immediately. Brandon calmly said the same thing. Payment first. Amanda started yelling that she could ruin his photography career before it even started. She said she'd leave him terrible reviews everywhere and tell everyone he holds photos hostage. Brandon, completely calm, asked her what reviews when she never actually paid him for services. She called him ungrateful, said she was doing him a favor by letting him practice on a real wedding, and stormed out threatening to tell everyone what kind of person he really is. I was so proud of how he handled it. He never raised his voice once. Yesterday afternoon, my sister posted on Facebook, "Can anyone recommend a trustworthy photographer? Apparently some people can't be relied on even when they're family." She disabled comments immediately. Brandon screenshot the post, commented with the Venmo request showing $150 still unpaid from 7 months ago, and wrote, "I'm very reliable for clients who actually pay." Before she could delete it, the post had been shared 47 times. This morning at 7 a.m., my phone started ringing. It was Amanda, absolutely screaming. Turns out 3 of her bridesmaids had booked Brandon for their upcoming events based on the preview photos she posted. All 3 of them canceled their bookings after seeing her Facebook post and Brandon's response. They'd contacted Brandon directly, and he told them the whole story. But here's the best part. Amanda recently started her own event planning business. 2 of those bridesmaids were potential clients for full wedding packages worth thousands of dollars. Both of them left her 1-star Google reviews yesterday saying they don't trust someone who doesn't pay their vendors. She's threatening to sue Brandon for defamation. Her husband called me last night begging if we could all just move past this. I told him Amanda can move past it the second she pays the $150 she's owed my son for 7 months. He went quiet and hung up.